Hey, my name's Patrick. I go by Nodari, and I make music. Yeah, I was bouncing ideas off of my friend Shane, who is also a producer, Spole. And he came up with like the idea avalanche, and I didn't really like that. Sounds like super trappy, so I translated it to Japanese on like Google Translate, and it's Nodari, like Nadare, and I was like, that's cool, but I don't want people to be able to translate it, so I just changed like the vowels around. It was like Nodari, like I changed vowels in it, so it was a different word. Like what got me into music in the first place was like video game soundtracks, like Final Fantasy VII. I played that like religiously as a kid, and I actually started playing piano because I wanted to like learn how to play the songs in that game. And so like a lot of my influences as far as like actually writing music straight up come from video games. Like I listen to a lot of soundtracks from like video games, movies, TV and stuff, and like as far as composition, like that's where I get a lot of my influence from. And then as far as the electronic stuff, Pendulum was kind of like my first huge like obsession, you know, like this crazy like live drum and bass band. Had all their albums like as they came out. I was buying them on iTunes back when people still bought music on iTunes. And I mean, besides that, like if you look at the stuff I listen to, it's all over the place. Like I pull from metal and like J-pop, and happy hardcore is huge now. Like the melodies in happy hardcore are really influential to me. But the first thing that actually made me like want to make this music myself was the Spitfire EP, like the first EP on Outlet by Porter Robinson. I have a Porter Robinson tattoo. Like that was the first tattoo I got when I turned 18. Within a month of the Spitfire EP coming out, like that's when I started actually doing this thing, and I like totally legally acquired a copy of Ableton and all the synths that everyone is using on the forums. And I would read like, I don't know if you've heard of Gear Sluts, but it's like a huge, huge music forum, and I would be reading that like all day, talking to my friends who were doing this, which back then I didn't know. This was like my sophomore year of high school. Like when I finally got comfortable, this is like partially my skill and partially just me like as a person. Like when I got comfortable and confident enough to put stuff out was about a year ago exactly, which is when I got rid of the old name and was like, oh, I'm gonna do this Nodari thing, and like uploaded my first few tracks, and front to back, that dubstep track that I can't stand, like to this day, I don't like it, has like 30,000 plays or something like that, and I'm still growing a lot as an artist and learning new things all the time, like working with people to kind of, you know, get new brains in on my stuff. And you can see if you like go back through and listen to my music, like it's changed so much just over the past year. But yeah, it like an objective answer would be like it took like 4 or 5 years to get where I was okay with like releasing my own music. It depends on the context. I mean, I showed you this track earlier where I told you it's like one of my favorite synths that I've made, and it's a super basic sound. All I'm doing, like I write everything, it starts off with a piano, and then I'll add drums and then start to, you know, shape the piano, turn it into a synth, and it starts out very basic, and then it's almost like I'm filling holes like in the sound. And as far as sound design goes, you know, I'll add crazy little nuances to things that like nobody would ever notice in a million years, but like, you know, I go super far into these sounds. That's that house tune I was showing you earlier with those chords. There's like a hardstyle screech that's like laying over the top of that. There's a piano. There's a saw stack and like a gritty square bass and a sub bass, and like I'd say that's one of the things that would separate me from a lot of what I see a lot of other people doing, finding and buying presets, and they might say like, oh yeah, no, I bought a preset and it started as this sound, but I modified it. But like anybody who uses their ears to design sound knows like it's the preset. In 90% of like my FM synths, what I'll do is I'll take a square wave and then modulate it by a triangle wave, and I just find that brings out like really metallic, sharp, dissonant harmonics, which sound great for like these kinds of dubstep basses. This is my first headlining show ever. Yeah, first show 2017, first headlining show. That's like super exciting to me. And I'm playing with Kutski and Breeze, who like huge influences of mine. I admire them both a lot as far as like the music they put out. So that's really cool. I'm hoping that this is actually gonna be like one of my last DJing shows, because I do plan on getting into more of a live thing, you know, like just live performance, because I've been playing instruments for so long, like I know how to play an instrument, and now with DJing I know how to be on stage. I like to put those two things together and do something a little more unique than just, oh, here's my favorite songs in the order that I think they should be played in, you know? Like, I have a keyboard. I'm trying to get at least 2 more keyboards, a guitar. I don't know if it's going to be a MIDI guitar or an electric guitar, and then a drum pad, and that's about $1,000, $1,200. Like, I put it all together on Amazon. It's like $1,200. Can I say Amazon? Are we gonna have to like? But yeah, it's like $1,200. So I have to get the equipment together and then actually work on, you know, a routine for it. Like, so with some of the music that I've been writing lately, instead of just trying to make the coolest, most complex thing that I can, I'm trying to make sure it's something that, if I was given the opportunity with 3 keyboards, a guitar, and a drum pad, I could somehow play it live, you know. So the actual style of my music is definitely changing to accompany that, or complement that, I guess. So yeah, definitely a huge change in just the style of music I'm putting out, and then hopefully, if people are receptive to the whole live thing, then definitely some shows soon. Movies, yeah. So I work with somebody who has apparently been doing this forever, but like on the side of what we do at our day job, he composes and produces. He does everything from like hip hop to scoring. And we were outside smoking, and I was kind of talking to him about the whole music thing, what I do. The thing with music in movies is it's literally hand in hand with an emotion. Like, you correlate it with an emotion that you're having while you're watching the scene. So like, visual stuff aside, like, there's still a story being told. And like, when you read a book, there's no music playing. But if there were, you know, you would hear this song, this piece of music, and it would take you right back to like that part in the book. That's what happens with movies. Honestly, one of the Jurassic Park movies would be so fun to work on, because like I told you about how I do like all the crazy layering and stuff, and that's how in the original Jurassic Park movie they layered like a mouse squeaking and then like a lion roaring and like all these other animals, and like doing that electronically and like making this crazy dinosaur sound that isn't like, there's no sound like that before. Aesthetically, like it's just not a sound that exists right now, and I think that'd be super cool to work on. Like, I would love to do that. I can sit anywhere in the world and make awesome music, and it'll still reach a bunch of people and still connect with a bunch of people. But I don't know, like I'm really just setting out to like have fun, make good music, hopefully make somebody feel some kind of way, like, you know, if they feel something while they're listening to my music, then that's good. Unless it's like, I feel like I want to throw up. That would not be ideal. Yeah, I haven't really thought about that. I'm kind of taking it day at a time. All right, so thanks everybody for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Make sure to come catch me at Keeping the Rave Alive Mesa on February 25th, and keep up with me at soundcloud.com/Nodari Music.